line of your reel, to the rods, to the anglers, to the lures on the end of your hook. Let's talk about those big bass here on Co-Angler's Corner with your hosts, Rob Welch and John Stoudinger.
Good evening, everybody. I'm John.
How y'all are? Cajun Rob here hanging out with you.
Yes, we got a surprise special edition tonight. I don't know what you want to call it, but we're going to give up. We're going to talk about our weekend fishing, our tournaments. Rob was one place, I was another, trying to catch fish, and Rob was putting on a clinic.
It was tough, man. From Friday to Saturday, everything changed. The fish moved. It was different, but ended up catching a few and had a good time, and had a new boater and got a new friend. So we're supposed to go fishing some more. So it's all good, brother.
Same here. I mean, I got to connect with some friends I went to school with, and you know they've been in the New York Bass Nation, Bass Federation, whatever you want to call it, for years. And you know, I stepped out and I told Michael Bell I was going to come back and make sure he just only because I didn't want him to win Angler of the Year, Co-Angler of the Year 3 times in a row. And,
you got bragging rights for sure, man. You got the bragging rights that round.
This isn't about beating a man when he's down, you know.
Oh, I know.
This is more about stomping him into the ground when he's dead.
Yeah, you put it on him pretty good. I'll admit that.
That's all right, but no, we're here to have fun, and I talked to Mike, and he's okay. But
it happens, man. It happens to the best of them. So hey, Mike, hang in there, brother.
Yeah, he's a good man. He got the raw end of the deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It happens. Hey, I've had my share too. Believe me, I've been humbled. I have no bites in 8 hours, so hey, it happens. It sometimes it ain't your day.
His boater is very appreciative of him.
Yep.
I guess they were bed fishing, and the boater was using his flogger and all that, and tried for a little bit to get a fish, and the fish went off the bed and swam back. And Mike says, "Hey, he's back. You want to get him, or you want me to?" And you know, Mike didn't have to do that. Mike could have just went in and threw his Ned rig or whatever and got the fish. But you know, we sometimes take this a little bit too serious. And
oh yeah, but that's good. He communicated with his boater. Right? He did the right thing.
Yeah,
that's off to him.
Yep, Troy says just keep casting.
Hey, absolutely, Troy. As I say, keep that lure wet. You ain't gonna catch no fish unless your lures are wet. So, absolutely, buddy. I agree with you.
Same thing I tell people about Walmart when they're like, my boat goes 76 miles an hour. I said, I've never caught a fish going that fast.
Nope. Never will.
No, but so you want to talk a little bit about your tournament, because yours was on Saturday and mine's on Sunday. We'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah. And I was a BFL volunteer division, and I think it's our 4th event. And I've had a pretty good run this year. I've had big bass at Norris, and I've caught them, pretty much every tournament. I mean, not a big bag, but I've been consistent. Well, got to actually take a day off work, so I practiced a little bit Friday, and it was tough. I mean, and come Saturday, I stayed in the house with 3 of our guys, and we all, Coach Carter, our good old friend Coach Carter, and we talked over what they found. And of course, tournament day, they wasn't there, so time to scramble. And my boater, the fish he found Friday, of course, he wasn't there. So we start out, and he didn't know much about the lake. And I said, man, every time I've been here, we always you got a lock and a dam to go to Chickamauga. Well, every time I've been there, we always go to Chickamauga. But now they won't let you lock through. So I didn't know any other places. So we just kind of bounced around close to the boat launch. And he said, hey, I caught him pretty good this marina. Let's start there. So we started there, didn't even get a nibble. I was like, man, that's wild. And we went to this other little cove and about mid-morning and had a little marina. And it was like back cove and a little open area, had a couple of docks. We was fishing docks, nothing, grass. And we get this little open area, and I'll cast my shaky head close to shore. And I'm shaking it. And he says, hey, I got a fish. Of course, I put my rod down, I grabbed the net, netted him, and he had a pretty decent little fish. And he says, "Hey, I think your rod hit something." I said, "It's grass or log. I'll get it in a minute." So get all situated, put the net back, and I notice I got a spinning rod. It's got the yellow braid. Instead of my yellow braid being at shore, it's in the middle of the cove. I'm like, wait a minute. Uh-oh. So I do the pencil sharpener. Fish is still on it. I don't know how long he was on it, but got him in, and it was my first keeper. So, and he choked it. I mean, I had to end up cutting the hook. There's our buddy Andrew. Hey, Andrew. What's going on, bud?
Hey, I'll work the controls while you're talking for you, bud.
All right, I got you. Yeah. I missed going back for, but yeah, and I had a tip. I used a 1/8 ounce shaky head, and you actually used the hitworm, little 4.5 inch hitworm black. So it was, and I caught a short later on the day, and that same, and I felt him hit, and he choked it. I mean, you tell when the fish you got the right color. I mean, he had it way in his mouth. I mean, it's pretty cool. So we bounced around a little bit, fished a couple areas, and we come back to that first marina. He said, "Let's try it again. Maybe they come in there." And we saw fish. He caught a little short and whatnot, and there's a little area between the boat ramps. Hey, Andrew, it's going to get hot up here in Kentucky. It's 90s in the week, but so we fish around the marina. He catches a little short, and he knew it. He said, "Don't worry about the net. It's only 8 or 10 incher," and sure enough. And so it got cloudy all of a sudden, and wind started picking up. And I love spinnerbait. So I was like, I'm going to throw a spinnerbait. I'm going to throw an old school spinnerbait. And I said, you know what? I'm going to fish it like I hadn't fished in 10, 20 years. I'm going to wake it, get it close to the surface, make that little V, Yeah. And first cast, I caught a 14 3/4. It had to be 15, but it was still chunky. And of course, I turned him over. But it's neat because when you're waking it, I seen him come up, and he was like sideways. He's sharking it. And phew! Of course, I've seen him coming. It's like slow motion. I'm like, should I stop? Should I speed up? I'll just keep reeling. Boop, and he got it. And that's pretty cool. I mean, for the first cast and waking it. So, and I caught another one that day, waking it. But waking a spinnerbait, guys. This was a Jimmy Houston Red Man spinnerbait. Had the big Colorado blade. So that's the key. You want a single Colorado, quarter, half ounce. I think it's a half ounce what I was throwing, But yeah, I mean, as soon as you hit the water, it's like a buzzbait. As soon as you hit the water, you got to start cranking it.
Yep.
But that was pretty cool, man. We'll see the fish, come up and get it. So we bounced around a couple other places, and we get a couple of shorts, and there's a couple places right close to the dock. He caught some, to the weigh-in, and it was getting close. He said, "I don't want to be late," because he knew I was pretty good on points. I was 32nd coming in, so we fished around there. I think he caught a short. And I think I had a couple of bites. I think it's bluegill, just, peck. But, that max scent, man, makes a difference because I can throw out a regular worm, nothing. I'll throw out max scent out there, and this bluegill just start attacking it. So, I mean, it's something that attracted that the fish can tell. Like I said, and the ones I got all had choked it. But anyway, so we didn't get anything else. Yeah, we didn't get anything else. So I had those two, and he had one little short. And he's like, "Hey, you know what? I'm not in the points. I'm not even going to weigh it." So I said, "Well, I'm going to weigh mine because I need the points." He says, "Oh, yeah, I understand." But cool guy. I mean, he was from Cincinnati area. I mean, we had a good day, and I think we made a pretty good team. So I go weigh in, and we was first flight. I think we was boat 4. So, and my wife, Lord help her, she always tries to watch me weigh in. I say, "Hey, I'm coming in to weigh in," and being early, I was 5th. Because I weighed in early. So I was like, well, I'll be 5th for 5 or 10 minutes. So that was pretty cool. So get up there and weigh in. I'm 5th. And talked to a few other guys. I talked to the guy that fished the All-American, Faradu, guy, kind of long beard. I talked to him, saw him. And I kind of know him from work because one of my friends is his sales rep. And he has a tackle shop. So cool guy. I mean, just laid back. And I think he finished 7th. Oh, and I saw John Murray. John Murray fished Chowan River. Well, he fishes BFL. He lives on Watts Bar. That's his home lake. So I guess he made it back late, and he still fished it because I saw his boat wrap. He's changed his boat wrap. It says John Murray fishing on the sides. But I think he fished 8 for 10. He had top 10, so he had a decent day. But
yeah.
So I kind of listened to weigh in and call the wife, and she says, "Oh, you fell back a little bit." So ended up 22nd, and the last check spot was 21st. So didn't get a check, but it's close.
Yeah.
But I did go up in points. I went from 32nd in points to 24th. So I didn't win the battle, but definitely still in the war. And one tournament left. I'm definitely in the regional range, top 45. So
yeah, you'll make
it. Oh yeah. So as a Cherokee, and Cherokee's like, I don't know. I think it's Indian for small limits and no fish. Because I always struggle. I always struggle Cherokee. I think I've cashed one check there. So if I just catch, and I tell my boater, like I told him Saturday, I say, "Hey man, I just need one fish for points. Anything above that's gravy." So, yeah. But yeah, he was happy. I caught some, made points. So yeah, I had a great time with him and enjoyed the day with him. So yeah, it was a good day for sure, man. But made it home. I went ahead and just drove home Saturday. And and then if anybody's down in Chickamauga, Watts Bar, go down to Dayton. Michael Neal's got a tackle shop called The Real Deal. It's the real deal. I mean, he does a ton of business. I can see why. He's got a well laid out shop, great customer service. He has everything under the sun. So, you ever down that way in Dayton, Tennessee, look up Real Deal Tackle. It's right on the main road there, I think 27. But great shop, friendly folks, and just got everything you need. Anything you need, it's there, and good prices too. So, definitely.
Awesome. Yeah. Andrew says, "Ouch, been there before too." I think we all are.
Yeah, Andrew knows the feeling. I mean, it's like, oh man, just that much on that check. But I got my points.
Yeah, that place is awesome.
Yeah, it is, Jeremiah. I mean, it's unreal, man. I mean, the stuff he's got in there. I mean, he's got crappie stuff, of course, bass stuff, rods, reels, apparel. He's got all his bases covered, and I like it. He's got little half shelves, and on top he's got the prices. Instead of building little pegs, he's got everything at the top. Well laid out, well marked. So, but yeah, great shop, great folks there. So, yeah, definitely go by there if you're in the area. I mean, it's from that little shop he had at the boat ramp to there. It's amazing. He's done a really good job, and he's got a lot of success, a lot of hard work. I know he puts a lot of hard work in that shop when he's not out on tour. He's there stocking or working, and his mom's there a lot working. Saw her. So, yeah, y'all stop by and check it out. It's worth the trip.
Awesome. Yeah, that's something we need up here. We don't have too many. Well, we have one on Royal Lake that's really good.
Yeah.
Lakeshore Tackle. But, they cater towards the bass fishermen.
Okay, cool.
They got the Mega Bass and the new reels and the new Shimanos and new Daiwas. I think they have the Mega Bass rods.
Oh, yeah. What's tough for shop? Yeah, I know some of your shops up there close during the off season. Bass season don't open to May or June, so a lot of them close up. So yeah, it makes it a little tougher for the guys up there. But no,
yeah, they're open all year round.
Oh, cool. Hats off to them. That's a tough business, especially in the off season. So
they do a little bit of ice fishing stuff too. So.
Okay, it makes sense. They got to do something in the off season. I know some shops around Tennessee. They'll do hunting or archery kind of in the off season. And I've talked to. I got on my job. I got a few shops in Texas, and it's funny. West Texas is in a drought, but East Texas is in floods. So it's one extreme to the other. And there's some shops. There's 3 or 4 shops down there. They do fishing tackle and guitars and music stuff. So that's kind of a weird combination, I thought, but it works for them. They in business for a few years, so pretty cool.
Yeah, they know their demographics. They know who's buying what.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they're pretty sharp on stuff.
Maybe there are people who one guy fishes and the other guy sings to the fish, and hopefully they all get bites. I don't know.
That could be, or maybe
singing the blues.
Yeah, we all sing the blues sometimes after a tournament, but yeah, I mean, I didn't finish up the wanted, but it's pretty consistent, and I still went up on points. So, end of the day, had a good day, and like I said, I've had a couple instances in another division where we didn't make weigh in. We broke down or had battery issues, had boat issues. So, this season, I'm just glad to make it in the way in on time. So
there you
go. You gotta be thankful for little things.
Yeah.
So it's all good, man. But yeah, my next term, I think I'll have one in volunteered like September, the super tournament on Cherokee. I think it's like September 28th. So got a little time for my next one. So it's all good.
Yeah. I don't even know when my next tournament is.
you better be finding out, man. Don't wait till Friday night and start packing and getting ready now.
Well, it's in New York, so I don't know where.
No, that's true. Yeah, and I'm already thinking about next year. You know what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go. So it's in the back of my mind. So I've got some ideas bouncing around.
Yeah,
you may even see this crazy Cajun in a kayak floating around. You never know what I might be doing.
I don't know, man.
It looks like a lot of fun. I kind of started out a little P-row back home paddling around. So you never know what I might do.
Yeah, me and a good friend of mine, his father had a 16-foot bluefin, aluminum boat. That's what we used to take out.
Oh, cool. Yeah, my granddad had little green John boats, and we checked trout lines. He's a big cat fisherman, and it's funny. It's funny. He called bass green trout. I got one of them green trout on my line. I was like, nothing wrong with that.
No.
He called them green trout though. So I don't know.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's all good. But let's ask the master now. How'd your tournament go on Sunday? Now we're on Sunday now. I'm at home recovering. How'd your Sunday go?
Well, my Sunday started out with Friday.
Yep.
I was supposed to get some 6 new rods and 6 new reels in Friday. Friday came and went.
Who's your delivery company?
We're not going to mention FedEx. And
funny you mentioned that. At work, we've had so many damage claims and missing boxes. We'll have, like on a Monday, customers supposed to get on Monday. He'll get 1 box on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, maybe 1 or 2 on Thursday. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I don't know what their deal is, if they're shorthanded or what, but it's getting worse.
Yeah. But anyways, so, I mean, I didn't plan on going up Friday night, you know.
Yep.
I'm like, you know what? It's Lake Champlain. There's 2 things to do, largemouth, smallmouth. You're either going to fish grass or you're going to fish beds. Yep. And I can't, you know, so I packed the car up Friday night, and wife and I and Xandra, our daughter, went out. We went out to breakfast, and after that, we ended up going to Wally World, and I had to get some stuff and forgot sunblock, you know, forgot drinks, so I got some Gatorade, some sunblock and stuff, and then headed up to the motel.
Cool.
Nice place. Maple Leaf Inn and up on Shroon Lake, very beautiful area.
Okay, cool.
Then we went to the meeting, and unfortunately, it's not one of these virtual meetings. It's an in-person meeting, and they called out your, you know, the old school. They call out your name and all that stuff. And it's like, you know, 6 months later, yep, here they picked my name, and I got with a great guy from Buffalo area, and we met up in the morning, and I said, you know, I only have 1 rule. He looked at me strange. I said, just want to make it back to the ramp alive. Yep.
I'm with you. I'm with you, man. That's a good. That's a good rule.
He goes, I'll promise you that.
Good. Hey, at least you set the ground rules from the start. Okay.
So we went out, and we talked, and he said, well, we're going to be fishing the bank real tight to the ledge and to start out. And when he was real tight, I thought I was ledge fishing, you know, behind somebody in the Toyotas or the Elites, you know. His boat was about 2 foot off of shore. And so, I mean, I couldn't really do much, but I had some new arc rods and reels that I want to try out. So, you know, I spooled them up, and I put 30-pound braid on the BFS reel. Yep. Put that on my flipping stick. Oh my gosh. It was like a butter knife and hot butter.
Ooh, man, I'm about to get big into BFS stuff. That looks like that's going to be the next hot thing. I guarantee you.
And you know what? I put that on a 7.6 medium heavy flipping stick. Man, that 30-pound braid.
Yep.
That was nice. So I flipped the jig for a while, and I didn't really get too many bites on it. So then I switched over to a what was I throwing after that? A little craw.
Okay.
Texas rig.
Yep.
And man, I was wailing on those rock bass. I was actually the first 2 or 3 I set the hook on. They came out with the bait, but weren't even hooked. You know, like 2 of them hit me in the chest.
Oh heck!
So a little while later, you know, my boater he catches smallmouth and a couple largemouth, and I said, don't worry about me. He's feeling bad because I'm not catching fish. I said, my time will come.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's like, all right. So I flipped my craw, one of those ones I brought on the show last month or month before from Star Lures.
Yep.
Threw that one out, and because I told you, I said that'll work on Champlain. Set the hook, about a 3-pound, 3 maybe 4-pound fish.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then a little while later, we moved to another spot over by the railroad bridge trestle, and I'm like, I'm going to bring this jig back out again. So I'm bringing it out of the water, and you know, like you did, you saw your fish wake up at it.
Yep.
I had one do that as I was pulling the bait out of the water.
I'm
like, oh. So I started yo-yoing a little bit, and then when I was doing that, bringing the bait out of the water, another one like hit as I was bringing the bait out of the water. And this one I saw was a good fish. It was probably around 4 or 5 pounds.
Dang.
Yeah. And I couldn't do anything with it, you know. So I don't know, a little while later I caught another one, you know, 12 and a half, 13 inches, which is 12 inches is the limit there. And
okay.
Then, yeah. So I switched over to a Senko to try to entice something. I couldn't even get a sniff on a Senko. Rock bass weren't even hitting it.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so I went back to the worm, and I'm like, man, this time I put on the not a worm, it was a bungee hog or whatever they call them, like the power, like the brush hog, but the power baby.
Yeah. Yep.
I put a little 4-inch green pumpkin on, and they started tearing it up.
Oh, hey.
Short.
That scent makes a difference in tough conditions like that. It does make a difference.
3-pounder, short, 2-pounder, you know. And, you know, I know a lot of the guys from fishing the Federation and going to high school with some of them. And my boater and I were talking, and all of a sudden, probably about a cast distance away, a dude, and we're going this way, and the guy comes here and sets his power poles down. Like we're casting distance. He just came in, set his power poles down. And I said to my boater, I'm like, well, that was kind of a dick move. What do you think? He goes, very much so.
Oh, yeah.
So we left and went another place, and I got a couple more fish, and I ended up with four decent fish. Well, 3 decent fish and a 12-incher.
Yeah.
Ended up with almost 12 pounds.
Nice.
Yep. But I had opportunities I missed, and you know, and a lot of that is not getting time on the water. You know, I work, and then I want to spend time with the family.
Yeah, first tournament's always the hardest. Seems like you get your hook sets back in, and you kind of got to figure that out. And yeah, first tournament back's always kind of tough.
But no, we had a good day. I mean, it rained all. Hey, it wasn't supposed to rain until 9:30, but you know,
You gotta love the weather, man.
Mother Nature said, got you guys. But yeah, it was strange. You know, at the meeting they said flight 1 taking off at 5:15, and we're all like, what? 5:15?
Yeah, we didn't launch out to 6:30.
I mean, it was safe to launch at 5:15.
Yeah,
like 5. You know, it's always been 6.
Yeah,
6 or 7. You know, 5.
Was it gonna be hot? Only time I see him do that, it's like it was gonna be hot that day or something.
Oh no, it was in the 70s, 60s, 70s, rainy. You know,
Makes no sense. That don't make no sense then.
Well, I don't run it. I fish it. I play by the rules, and that's all we can do.
That's it, man. That's all you can do. But yeah, talking about my boater, he went on this point. He had this point marked. And he says something's here. I can't remember. I think it's a brush pile and some grass, and so I was drop shotting, and then he was Carolina rigging, and I think he's Carolina brush hog or lizard. Anyway, he threw it out there, and he said, "Oh, bite." He said, "Oh, there he is." And, you know, he had the old school. You know, he reeled up slack, and he went cracked back on him. You know, swung all the way around 180 degrees. I mean, I said, "Oh yeah, he's got him netted." So I grabbed the net, get down there. Oh heck, it's a dang drum. That's a good sized drum. So what is a drum? Eat the dang lizard or a brush hog? But he's like, dang it. But and then we at that same area we looked around. He says, "Hey, you want to go?" The dam was maybe a half mile or mile up, and I could see the stacks of that. They got a nuclear plant right there. I actually used to work at 100 years ago when I was building it. But anyway, I looked and I said, "No, man, we ain't going there," because there's literally all the way across it. You can see pleasure boat, pleasure boat. I mean, there was no space between them. I was like, "No, we're not going down there.
Yeah.
Nope, not doing it. We get beat up."
Yeah, but no, we I flipped my jig out. I set the hook, and I'm like, net.
net.
And my boater, you know, he was right there, about a 6-pound pike. Yep. And little bit later, my boater sets the hook, and he's like, "Oh, net." I rush up there, get it, and he got about a 7-pound drum, 8-pound drum. But no, we had a good day. We had fun. We caught fish. You know, we joked a little bit, and it rained, so I didn't offer him any cookies.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to eat cookies in the rain. That's kind of hard.
So you know, at the end of the day, we pull a boat out, and I go get my car parked right next to the boat, so I don't have to walk as far as my stuff.
Yep.
And put my stuff in the car where it still sits, and and I said, "Oh, before I forget, here's some cookies." And I said, "Do me a favor." He goes, "What's that?" I go, "If they kill you, don't tell me."
I mean, he looked at you like, "Huh?"
He goes, "I'll promise you, I won't tell you if I die."
Yeah.
Said,
that's a fair deal. Fair deal.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty nice of him, you know. And no, I texted him later and thanked him for letting me on his boat and being such a good, excellent boater. And
absolutely,
you know, he was upset at himself that I didn't get my 5th fish.
That happens.
Like,
I mean, yeah.
The only thing a co-angler can ask for is to be around him.
Yeah, that's me. I asked my boater, "Hey, just give me one. Just give me one for points. Anything above that's gravy." That's what I tell them. So don't pressure. If I get one, if I don't get one, it's still a good day. So.
Yeah, I mean, I may have, if I'd gotten a couple of those fish in the boat that, you know, I hooked or didn't hook or whatever, I may have won the tournament because I had 3 good. Well, I had a 4, a 3, and 2 under 2 pounds that I know I could have called up
Oh yeah.
And but it is what it is, and with me going out fishing, I told him, I said, look, this is all for fun for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm not here to well, I'm not here to win everything. So a little story of, they call your name at the partner draw and tournament meeting and stuff like that. And so we go out and we're a little close to private. And he goes, well, I go, wait, hold on. I go, I've never fished a tournament before. And he looks at me and I go, no, I'm only joking. And you could just see the relief on his face.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, I had the opposite thing. I had a guy. He's fished a handful of tournaments, so he was kind of knew what to do, kind of didn't. And I've had it a couple times this year, and it's like, you go through weight, check in, you do this, and points are like this. So it's pretty cool. But he looked at my thing and says, "Man, you fish a lot." I was like, "Yeah, I've been blessed."
Yep. Yeah.
I know a little. I'm not an expert, but I know a little.
Yeah. We know a little and we can BS our way around things.
Absolutely.
Kind of like a podcast.
Yeah. We know what not to do. So, man. But no, it's a good day. And so we both made it back in alive and no injuries. So I call that a good day.
Yes. Yep. Like I said, I don't know if I said I finished ninth, and
yep.
Michael Bell finished a little bit lower than I did. We won't
a little bit.
Yeah, we won't discuss his last place finish, but
oh,
no, it's all good fun,
Oh yeah, I know. But he'll be back. Don't worry. He won't do that again. I know that dude. He's a hammer. Sometimes that happens. The best of them.
Exactly. I mean, there are days I don't catch fish.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of days I don't catch anything. Some days I don't even get a bite. I only get a bluegill bite. So
that makes for a long day.
Oh yeah. Well, talking about you not getting a bite, I threw a Ned rig for a while. That's been my go-to this year. If I don't get a bite, I threw a Ned rig and never got a bite on a Ned rig. I'm like, threw a drop shot for a while. Never got. I don't think I've caught a fish on a drop. I dropped all my fish almost last year. I cast checks on a drop shot. This year, I don't think I've caught one on drop shot. I don't know if they've got conditioned to it or what's going on, but weird.
I threw a drop shot a little bit and I didn't get bit. I mean, I had a nose hook set up and I had a power shot set up.
Yep.
Nope.
I didn't either.
But they were hitting a tiny power hog, or I don't know what they call it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you're talking about. It's a brush hog kind of style, but
so I got to I don't know if I need to restock those because I don't think I'm going to very many largemouth places next. I think I got Oneida might be my next one, and Thousand Islands, and I don't know.
You might could try to power shot it, like what they call Bubba shot or power shot it. Put on a casting rod, put a bigger hook. Yeah, I'm gonna try some of that this year. I haven't done much, but that's on the agenda.
I mean, I was using a 1/2 ounce weight.
Okay.
Pegged 1/2 ounce. So, but that's it. I mean,
Now let's since you're already talking about your event, I forgot to tell mine. Let's go over your setups. What kind of setups was you using? Rod, reel, line, and of course lures. What was you using? After you get through yours, I'll tell what I used on mine.
I use the to catch my fish. I most of my fish came on a 7.2, I think. It's a Arc Viper rod. They had a deal going on last month where you buy a reel, get a rod free.
Sweet, man! You can't beat that.
I got a couple, and you talked me into getting one of those BFS reels, and
I told you those was a real deal.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna fish light line with a bait caster. I'm gonna throw some 30-pound braid or a K9 braid.
Yep.
Threw that on there, and oh my gosh,
that Sweet.
Was that That was like surf and turf, and not a little or any rinky-dink restaurant. But no.
Oh yeah, and there's a light. I mean, there's a light. It's
Yes.
they're awesome.
Yeah, and but most of my fish came on the. Hold, please.
Yep, got you. There you go.
Gravity 3.
Yep.
7-1.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, and I want to say it was a 7.2 medium heavy rod, and I put 30-pound braid, and I was using 30-pound braid, and I had a 17-pound K9 high vis green line.
Yep.
It was great. I didn't have any issues. I was getting bites. People like, oh, that line's too bright. You can't see it in the water.
No.
I'll
say sometimes I'm moving baits. I'll do straight to braid. I've done that on tournament. Broke a leader off. Be cranking. On a spinner rod. I'll just tie straight to braid and caught smallmouth. So
yeah.
I think on moving baits, it don't make that much difference.
Yeah, and my weight, I had a half-ounce weighted weights tungsten weight, just a regular bullet. No, flipping weight, actually. Used the flipping weight. Used high abuse heavy duty 3-aught extra wide gap hook.
Yep.
I think it's 132 HDs.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. Those two rods. And, I threw a chatterbait a little bit that I won in the raffle during the meeting.
Yeah.
I won a couple of them. And, a friend of mine, Brady Schoonover, he has Brady's baits, and he makes jigs and swim jigs and
cool
chatterbaits. And, I got bit on the chatterbait, but I didn't keep them on.
Yeah.
Off, I said, your baits attract the fish, but they don't hook them for nothing.
Chatterbait's kind of weird. Almost like a rattle trap. I've had that. I've gotten bites, and like a Cherokee, I've had some good ones halfway to boat, and they just come off. And I think I had a jackhammer, one of the better ones on there. So maybe I didn't have the right line or right rod or right combo, but yeah, I've had the same experience.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like I said, I had a good time. What else? I think. Oh, and one of my baits was Star Lures craw that he made for me, a special color.
That color is off the chart, man. That is sharp.
I got some. This isn't the craw, but this is the color, and.
Yeah, I like that little bit of flake in there, man. That two-tone and that flake, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think he calls it the JCX Natural Shad or something like that. After me,
that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. I like the two-tone, and you got the sparkle. So yeah, that's awesome, man. That's a great color. And, I think you found a winner for sure.
Yes, sir. And on the back of my chatterbait, I was throwing just a white Star Lures swim bait behind it.
Cool.
Yeah. Now,
how about you? That? Well, I think I brought 5 rods, but I think I ended up catching on 2 different setups. One for that spinnerbait. I guess I'll start with the lure. Spinnerbait was actually a Jimmy Houston. I think it's a Red Man spinnerbait. It was the white chartreuse, got the big Colorado. And I like it because it's got unusual wire tie. It's not really a twist. It's not really R-bend. It's almost like a safety pin, kind of, which I like. And then I had your K9 17. That's my favorite spinnerbait line right now. That K9 100% fluoro 17. I think I had a 7.2 Kistler Kairos rod, medium heavy. And that's been kind of my go-to. I saw my workhorse rod, of course. And then I think reel I had to lose. Actually, had a used reel from Mike Mueller I got from him and been really happy. It's a BB1, and I had that 17, but it's pretty good. So I had my spinnerbait fish on, and I caught a short with it. And then on my shaky head, I had a 7 foot. It's I think it's medium heavy. It was a Kistler Kairos, and then I had I think 10-pound braid to an 8-pound leader. And then, of course, shaky head, I had a 1/8 ounce Wicked Weights shaky head, and, of course, that Berkeley Maxent hitworm. That hitworm was pretty impressive. I mean, it did a job. So,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yep. And then I said I had some more. I tried a crank. I had a crankbait rod. Tried a little crankbait because instead of just feeding on some bluegills, a lot of bluegill around the docks, but never to get any hits on the square bill. And I had a little smaller square bills, so
okay.
I don't know. Tried that. Tried a Ned rig. Tried a little bit of drop shot, but the two ones I got bit on that fish was spinnerbait, waking it toward the top, right below the surface, and shaky head up shallow.
All right, nice.
So, yep. So that's what I got lucky on. But I still had a good day. I said I made points and almost got checked. Just that close. So
I think I was 2 spots out of a check.
Hey, he was right there though.
It was funny because I was going through the weigh-in line, and the president was sitting there. President of the federation was sitting there, and he's like, "Hey, you're within check range at this point in time." I'm like, "Just mail it to me. I got a 5-hour drive home."
Same way. Well, I weighed early. Well, we had, I think we had 105 or 108 boats. So we had a pretty good field. How many boats you guys have?
We had 64, 69 boats. Man,
that's pretty good for a federation event. That's really good.
Yeah. But I mean, next weekend, our next 2 federation tournaments are back to back, a Saturday, Sunday.
Cool. Both they do that. Yeah, they do that at they do that at Del Hollow in the early spring. They'll have Mountain Division on Saturday and then Music City on Sunday. And usually when I come out of that, whichever one I finished better on that is what division I'll fish. That just depends. I've had a tough year on Mountain. I've had 2 boats break down on me, so it's been kind of tough over there.
Yeah, you need to go talk to the girls over at Fish Her and maybe hook up and get on the Ohio River, catch some big ones.
Yeah, I've done Ohio River a couple times. Thank you. I've done my time. Let's just say, but I think I caught 1 fish at Tanner's Creek one time, and I almost got a check with 1 fish on a buzzbait. So yeah, and it was close to the ramp. I mean, it's on the other side of the no fish zone, but I know he was a retread. So
yeah, hey,
I'm not ashamed.
Nope, a fish is a fish, right?
That's right. And I was fishing where my boater was at, so got to fish what's ahead of us. So,
and I didn't realize it, but I wasn't paying attention at the time, but when I weighed in, I was in the 4th flight, and I think there was 1 more flight behind us.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize, our big bass going into it, or when I weighed in, was a little over 4 pounds. And I'm like, after I got through, I'm like, man, I probably should have weighed my fish.
Yeah. Hey, if you think you're close, I'd weigh it in.
It wouldn't have mattered because I think there was a 5'11".
Yeah. Yeah, there was a 4. Yeah, I asked the guy at the weigh-in tub, was checking the fish. I said, hey, what's the big bass coast at? He's like 4 something. I said, okay, never mind. I always double check. I mean, it might have been a couple pounds or something, but yeah, always no hurt check.
That's true.
Oh, and it's funny. And this year, you can go on the BFL and change your information. So I got Cajun Rob on my. So when I come to the stage, that's how they announced me. So I thought it was pretty cool. So
yeah, nice. You mentioned Mike Mueller. He's
yep.
He's gonna be fishing the ABA tournament this weekend on Cayuga Lake.
Oh, I got you. Man, Mike's super guy. Super nice guy, man. Be cheering you on, Mike.
Yeah, we have Mike's Motel upstairs waiting for him.
Cool. Well, tell Mike. Do you tell Mike I said howdy and tell him the reels I got from him, flawless. I mean, they like new. I mean, he takes care of his stuff. He's great dude.
Great guy. Willing to help out.
Yep. And when he wins a tournament, you can have him on the podcast.
That's the plan.
I like it.
All right.
Yep, I like it.
So, anything else you want to talk about?
No, just
what's your favorite cookie, man?
It's not snickerdoodle. Sugar, I guess. Sugar or chocolate chip. Chocolate chip. I guess chocolate chip.
Yeah.
But the big chunk of chocolate. So
yeah,
pretty good. Now, what's yours? We had what is yours now?
Mine?
Yep.
Well, molasses, sugar cookie.
Okay.
But no, I didn't. It's not my wife's favorite cookie to make.
Yep.
So I said, chocolate chip or molasses, and she made both.
If you said snickerdoodle, I was going to fall on my chair. Just let you know. I did have one this year, and I mean, it's all right, but I don't see what the big deal is. But each his own. Hey, each his own.
Yeah.
But now the more important question, what I want, and all the fans at home, I know want to know this: what did you take for lunch and snacks?
Oddly enough, I brought Swiss cheese.
Yep.
Pepperoni.
Yep.
Dill pickles. And a dozen cookies. That's it.
Packed light this time. Okay.
Gatorade Zero.
Yep. Hard to go wrong there.
Yep. No, I think I'm trying to get down to my my summer bod, so I can get my mankini on. I'm going to order one of them. Push her, and you and I can sport them.
Yeah, I'm still losing weight. I'm still getting there, but I think I had my old dependable beef jerky, and one thing I do, guys, is I have a little Yeti, like a lunch style, like cooler, or it's like a soft cooler, but works really well. I just snap it, clip it on my bag, and of course it has a little blue ice pack in the bottom, and I actually freeze 2 water bottles full of water, and I have them on the bottom, and whatever's on top, stays cool. But I had one, and my boater was like, "Man, let's go to. Is there any place to buy a drink here?" I said, "Man, here, I got a half froze water. Have it." So I gave him my water, but and then I think he's talking about the summer before he lost some fish. It was real hot, and he had the circulation still. I said, "Man, give y'all a tip. Here's your juice of the night." My old team partner, God rest his soul, Mr. Steve Tipton, taught me this. Out in the summer, you'll take a water bottle, fill it with G juice, a quarter, just a little bit of G juice, and put water in it, freeze it, put it in your live well next day of tournament. When it starts to get hot, take the lid off, and it slowly releases G juice in colder water. Keeps your water cool, and you got your G juice on top of that. So that's a tip from my old team partner, Mr. Steve. So learned a lot from that fella.
What happens when you get it mixed up and drink that one?
I don't know. Hadn't happened yet. Maybe give me some extra energy. Turn my hair blue. Maybe turn my hair blue. I don't know.
There you go. Papa Smurf.
He may turn blue. He may turn green. I don't know. But it does work good. Let that melt off, especially in a hot summer when you're trying to keep your fish cooler. And I said it just releases a little bit at a time, so it don't shock them. So there's your juice of the night from good old team partner.
Nice. That's actually some good advice.
Yeah, it worked for us. I mean, we fished some hot summer tournaments here in Kentucky, believe it or not. And yeah, he always did that, and we never had any dead fish, never had no issues. So it worked.
So I'm gonna try to find out my next tournament for you, Rob.
All right. I know mine's September 28th, 29th. Let me make sure I'm correct, because my memory ain't as close as it used to be. You know how that goes.
January, February, March, April, May, June. June 29th, Oneida Lake.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a BFL.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and if you know, my link that I usually use, he had to back out because of some family issues.
Yeah.
So if you know of anyone fishing the Northeast BFLs on the pro side who needs a link, hit me up.
Yeah. Or there's a website, actually a group on Facebook, that Link Finder. And I think, I can't remember who runs it. There's one of the guys we've had on that actually helps run it. I can't remember.
Yeah.
They got a Northeast, I think, BFL Link Finder site also.
Yeah.
I got one tournament left, Lake Cherokee, Jefferson City, Tennessee, September 28th, 29th, which is, and every time we go down there, there's September, October somewhere, they'll go 15-inch large or smallmouth, and then they bump it up to 18 inches. And I go out there and I'll catch 17 and a half, 17 and 3/4 smallies. Caught one year on a popar, and it was a football, and make it on measure scale. Oh man, that's 18 inches, 17 and a half. Flipped it over, turned it around, fanned the tail. Goodbye. Man, that hurts. That hurts.
Now I think I have 8 or 9 left.
Wow. I might do some local stuff here locally, but.
Yeah, and I could throw in some club tournaments. I think they have 7 this year that, oddly enough, do not interfere with any of my other tournaments.
Wow, I had a couple. I'd kind of choose which way I was going, but
yeah.
See, 946 is leading, and I'm in. Yeah, I'm in 24th place, 788 points. So not bad.
Not bad. I'm in 45th place in the BFL after one tournament.
Cool. And then, let's see, 45th is about 600 points. So, yeah, I don't want to zero and take a chance, but I catch one, I think I'm solid in. And then our regionals at Clarks Hill. Where's your regional going to be? Clarks Hill, Georgia. Where's yours?
Kerr.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Never been there.
I've never been to Clarks Hill or Core, so. But yeah, we're gonna get to where we're gonna be at the same regional one day. That's gonna be pretty cool. Because
maybe we'll make it nationals.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah,
All American. We can do the All American. Hey, that's even better.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, because me and my high school buddy Sean Bunton, we talked about for years being in the same tournament, and he's in Alabama, I'm in Kentucky, and it happened. We had Chickamauga, and it's funny. We kind of talked for a tournament. So, oh man, we're in the same tournament. That's great. So day one, I come back and I zeroed. He zeroed. Get the pairings. They always takes your pairings when you're coming to weigh in. Oh heck, me and him got paired up day 2. It's funny because we was like, well, "Where you want to fish?" I don't know. Where you want to fish? He's like, "You know what? We're going down the lake. Anything you like to fish, we'll stop. Anything I like, we'll fish stop." And one of the first stops, we had this little lagoon, this little cove, and I bet you where he was casting at, it wasn't but 8 inches, maybe a foot at the most. It was shallow. And he threw a sexy dog over there. Foop, foop, whoosh, whoosh. I was like, holy cow. So I knew it was big, and I grabbed the net. And when I netted it, I noticed this, where's your lure at? Well, this fish was, it choked it. All it seems a line. It was a sexy dog, Pretty long lure, and she choked it. 6'4". And it didn't have big fish, on the on the regionals, they don't have big fish. I was like, man, you could have nailed that. But that was a special day, man. We had a good time that day. I said, man, we'll never forget this. But that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Growing up, one of my good friends, we went in the Army, didn't know it, it was before the internet and all that stuff. And
yep.
Because I'm about as old as Fred Flintstone is, but back in 2015 or 12, back in 2012, New York Federation has 3 tournaments. 3 points tournaments. After 2, he was leading the pro side. I was leading the co side.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yep. And so I stayed at his house the night before, and we talked, and I said, I've got a pretty good lead on my guy. So all you need to do is put your head down, catch a limit, and I think you're golden. And he's like, well, I don't know, man. I'm struggling in practice. I'm like, just do it. Just go out and do it. And I guess he had one of the worst days he ever been on the water.
Oh, man.
Whatever went wrong could go wrong, you know.
Murphy's Law.
Yep. And no, I ended up winning, I think, I don't know, 13 points, 14, 15 points. I don't know. But I said, well, it's not the first time you disappointed me, but let's make it the last.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, at least he's in the hunt and in the mix. So,
Yep. And but no, we all had a good time, and you know, you mentioned your high school friend, and so, but him and I have never fished together in a tournament.
all right. Oh, hey.
We've never, not even a club tournament.
Oh, hey. Well,
I fished.
y'all do sometime.
Yeah, well, he pretty much quit fishing now, but
Oh,
you know,
he'll get back into it. Once it's in your blood, it's hard to get out.
yeah.
Maybe he can be your co one day. There you go.
There you go. He actually talked me into fishing the opens years ago, and I did, and it is what it is, you know. But
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
so tomorrow we have clutch baits.
Awesome.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I met those guys at the Knoxville East Tennessee Fishing Show, and
Yeah.
their stuff is top notch, guys. You need to check them out. I mean, they're hot on the pro tours right now, and one of the hottest baits going, guarantee you.
Yep. So if you don't have anything else, I think we can round this one up and go spend some time with our wives.
Sounds good, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. Give us some likes and shares, and say come back tomorrow. We'll be talking some swim baits with the guys from Clutch, and sure they're going to share some juice, and so look forward to that. That's one technique I need to get better at. So looking forward to it. I have my notebook ready.
Yes. All right. Oh,
And Troy says I got.
Hartwell in October.
There you go, man. You got it, brother. Go out there and whack them.
All right. Peace out, everybody.